Okay, this story, my reaction to it is probably going to be unacceptable. My reaction to it is probably going to be impolite. But I mean, I got to keep it real with you guys. This is what I do. So, Business Insider says the following. President Donald Trump told Sarah Huckabee Sanders, a former White House press secretary, to go to North Korea and take, quote, one for the team after Kim Jong-un appeared to wink at her, she said in a new memoir, according to The Guardian. Sanders said that during a summit between Trump and Kim in Singapore in 2018, Kim nodded and appeared to wink at me. Well, Sarah, that settles it. You're going to North Korea and taking one for the team, Trump told her. Sanders said, quote, your husband and kids will miss you, but you'll be a hero to your country. Kim and Trump have since enjoyed a warm relationship, with Trump saying at a rally in September 2018, they fell in love. So it's been funny watching the reaction to this, because I feel like everybody who's in, my left-wing circle kind of had a similar reaction, but then everybody who's part of, like, the more Democratic Party-aligned left, if you will, if you can even call them left, they have a very different reaction. And their reaction is, you want to take a guess? How dare you go say sexual harassment is what this is, yes. They're playing the offended card. Offended. What he did is bad. This is bad. This is inappropriate. Unacceptable. Beneath the office. That's my favorite one that they always trot out all the time. When Trump does anything, they say, beneath the office. I mean, listen, he's Donald Trump. Yes, of course. It's almost like by definition, everything he does is beneath the office. He's a ridiculous human being. But that doesn't really have the sting as a critique as you think it does. They think that's like, a Trump card, no pun intended. Sir, were you aware this is beneath the office? What a weak criticism. Okay, so if you can't tell, what's my overall takeaway on this? I couldn't care less. This is the funniest thing Trump has done all week. It's probably in the top 5 or 10 funniest things he's said all time. Yeah, this is called a joke. It's called a joke. Of course, you're going to have people who are still going to come out and be like, but it involves a brutal dictator, oh my God! I don't give a fuck. It's funny. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a New York thing. Because, Trump is from New York. And maybe we have an affinity for, like, inappropriate kind of jokes, but I think it's hilarious. Of course was he serious? I highly doubt Donald Trump was like, I mean, come on, right? Know what I'm saying? Take one for the team. I tweeted earlier that I'll only give him a handy. That's as far as I'm willing to go. He's not getting the mouth. He's not getting anything else. Imagine that brought us peace. Maybe they should have done it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But yeah, this is a joke, man. I actually think it's hilarious. I think it's kind of funny. I do think that she like signaled to them. It was Trump and Kelly who were making the jokes, and I think she signaled to them like, I'm uncomfortable with this or whatever, and then they kept kind of going with it, which, okay, if you want to say that goes a little bit too far, sure. But listen, sometimes you read the room wrong, man. Sometimes you read the room wrong. I've done it. I'm sure you guys have done it, where you do like a little bit of an edgy joke and it just doesn't land because it's maybe a little too edgy for the crowd. I mean, granted, Sarah Huckabee Sanders' father is Mike Huckabee. That is quite possibly the most uber-Christian right-wing household on the planet. So, fart humor is too edgy for them. Like, I get it, but I'm sure he's just shooting from the hip like he always does, and he's got no filter, and he's talking shit. I feel like so many of the stories on these ancillary issues that try to own Trump actually make him look a hell of a lot more relatable. Like, if you focus on the terrible stuff, like, there's a story that we're covering later where Trump rolled back the rules for coal plants. And so now you're going to have toxic water for over 1 million people in the country with like arsenic in it and mercury and all types of terrible stuff. Like, if you talk about that and focus on that, he literally comes away looking like the worst man on the planet. And I have nothing but disdain and hatred for him because that's just evil. Like, what he's doing is serving industry because he's corrupt. And the results of that are people are going to get sick and it's going to save the industry hundreds of millions of dollars, literally. Like, that's why he's doing it, because he's corrupt. He's listening to the industry. And if you happen to get sick from drinking poisoned water, well, so be it. That's evil, man. If you talk about stuff like that, man, I'll lead the charge going after him. If you're gonna, clutch your pearls over, like, kind of funny jokes, ain't that little meatball boy? Little meatball boy. Kim Jong-un, the little meatball, that guy. I mean, come on. That guy doesn't have sex. Sex is not a thing that he was a little nub dick. Come on, man, get out of here. Okay, I'm crossing some lines now, too. Anyway, I digress. I'm not offended by this. If you are offended by this, I think you're being a little ridiculous. He was joking around, and yes, even the president of the United States is allowed to joke around. And the only time I would actually care about this is if he wound up being serious. If he's like, no, you don't get it. You're gonna go sleep with Kim Jong-un. That's okay, dude. You gotta reel it in. This is going way too far. You can't. You're the president of the United States. You can't like casually prostitute people in your cabinet. That's not how this works. What's next? You gonna send Pence off to be with Angela Merkel? Is that what you're gonna do? The awkward stuff they would do behind closed doors. Oh my God. Oh, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think about that. That's like, what was the famous thing with Pence? He says like he's not allowed to be around other women or something. Like he's never allowed to be alone with other women. Nothing like that Christian repression, huh? He probably like nuts in his pants instantly when he's around other women by himself. God damn it. Why is this? This is quickly becoming the grossest secular talk segment of all time. I don't even know what I'm babbling about anymore. I'm not offended by this. Sorry if you are. I really don't think it's a big deal. It's actually one of the funniest Trump stories that I've read in a long time.